Storm Tracker rates Weather University on WRIC Now is sponsored by Blank & Marcus, attorneys at law. Nice guys working to make a difference.
Good morning. I'm Storm Tracker 8 meteorologist Jacqueline Waters once again for another episode of Weather University. And once again, I have a very special guest, Delaney Hall, who is not a meteorologist. She'll probably tell us this.
I feel like I have to do a disclaimer every week that I am indeed not a meteorologist. I do not have a degree. I have not studied the science that they study. I am purely here to ask questions and to digest all the information that Jackie gives us.
Thank you for joining us again for another week.
Happy to be here.
Happy to have you on this lovely Monday. This is not what Richmond looks like right now. This is actually wintergreen. And I know many of us want Richmond to look like this. And that guy is a good snowboarder.
That's impressive. And you're a snowboarder too, right?
Yes. And I did just pick up my snowboarding stuff out of storage. So I'm planning hopefully to go soon.
Oh, boy.
But obviously they got snow in wintergreen. That's not too far from us. And the lifts are open. It looks great there. Also, I have another live shot at Snowshoe. And Snowshoe is looking a little bit more snowy.
Is that like fun to ski and snowboard in?
Yeah. Oh, that guy got a fall. Hopefully he didn't break his tailbone. I broke my tailbone before.
I feel like we should not broadcast that he fell. Sorry, guys.
I mean, he's fine. He's fine. He's doing what he loves.
He's getting up.
It is fun to snowboard in that or ski, I think. Actually, kind of a lot of people there.
Yeah, I'm sure it adds a new or a fun element to it. Like you're literally in the element.
As long as you're prepared, like you have all the proper gear. Also, the goggles. If I'm snowboarding and I don't have goggles, because also I wear contacts, then you're just getting all the snow in your eyes, and it's just not good.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound fun. Just be prepared.
One time I'm going to take you with me.
Like I said, I've only been snow tubing, and I think I was like 7. I had the best time.
It's
but
fun.
I'm usually like stay in the resort,
the lodge.
Like I love watching.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I also just haven't tried it, so you never know.
You never know. You might be the best snowboarder out there in all Central Virginia.
Best snowboarder meteorologist. Come here, and I just get all these titles.
Oh my goodness. So today, always I start with the countdown because we're in the holiday season and we're getting closer and closer to Christmas, the end of the year, 2024. Also closer to spring. Spring's only 94 days away now. Not too far away. 5 days away until the beginning of winter, which is the winter solstice.
Which is different than meteorological winter.
Yes.
I can't say it.
Yes.
Which is December, January, and February.
Look at you. I wish I had a clapping button here.
I know we need a sound effect button.
I'm just so proud of you.
Thanks. You're a good teacher.
Thank you. We learned that 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And we talked a little bit about the winter solstice then. So I'm not going to talk about the winter solstice, but just wanted to give you an updated countdown because we are getting closer to winter. And hopefully we get a good snow in the forecast. We don't have it yet, unfortunately. But I figured I would talk a little bit about snow ratios. I know a lot of us probably not really familiar with this. Are you familiar with it at all?
No.
Okay.
I hear you guys throw around the term, but I don't know what it means.
Yeah, so, honestly, probably most of us aren't if you're not a meteorologist. Also, by the way, if you guys, thank you. Julia put it in there. But always make sure if you have any questions to comment on the Facebook Live or YouTube, however you're watching, and we'll try to answer them. But a snow ratio basically is the percentage of snow to water, liquid water. And we have these different snow ratios, and depending on if they're lower or they're higher, it gives us a wetter or a lighter, fluffier snow.
So what determine, how do you get the lighter, fluffier snow versus the thick snow that sticks together for snowballs?
Yeah, so a lot of different factors. And that's why forecasting snow is one of the hardest things. Not the hardest things, but it's a lot harder than forecasting rain as a meteorologist. It's hard. It's a different solid. It's a different form of precipitation. So it is a little bit tricky, and with all the different snow ratios, because you could have a snow ratio change in the middle of an event. So you could have snowfall starting at 10-1 and then changing to 20-1. And I'll explain a little bit more about what those are. But just to answer Delaney's question, basically, there's a lot of different factors. So temperature plays a big role in whether you are going to have a lower snow ratio or a higher snow ratio. And basically, the closer, I don't want to get this wrong, the closer you are to freezing, so the warmer temperatures you have, the lower your snow ratio will be. And the lower the snow ratio will be is the heavier and wetter snow. This is kind of confusing.
It is. It's almost like backwards of what you would think.
Yeah, and then also how windy it is plays a big role.
Okay.
How many ice pellets you have in the cloud that's producing the snow. So there's a lot to go into it.
Yeah.
Which I'll talk about maybe a little bit more once I explain snow ratios, because I know a lot of us probably, when someone asked, when is this coming? Hopefully soon. Not in the forecast, though.
So what is the snow ratio, though?
Yeah, so snow ratio is basically the percentage of snow to liquid. So here, in our example here, this is a 10-to-1 ratio, which used to be the old rule of thumb, but now we are seeing, on average, I think the average snow ratio is like 13-to-1. So you see here you have 5 inches of snow. You see the little ruler in the snow. That equals a ½ inch of rain. Does that make sense?
So, yeah.
When you like condense it into a liquid, it would equal a ½
when
inch
it's
of
like
rain.
melted. That's how I think about
yes.
it.
Yes, no, that is correct,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and Janet says hello from YouTube. Hello,
Hi,
Janet. Thank you for joining us. So when you have 10 inches of snow, that doubles, because 5 inches of snow equaled a ½ an inch, 10 inches of snow equals 1 inch. And this is all just with a 10-to-1 snow ratio.
Now, is the 1 inch how much is falling? So, like, if it was rain, it'd be 1 inch of rain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Or if you basically melted the snow on the ground.
So you really don't need that much rain to produce a lot of snow.
And that's why I think it was one of the hurricanes that brought maybe it was Helene, brought the devastating floods and all that. Everyone was like, obviously it still caused a tremendous amount of devastation and unfortunately took lives, but if it was snow, it would have been feet and feet of snow, like foots of snow, feet of snow?
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
But yeah, so it really doesn't take that much liquid, I guess, content to give you that snow. Yeah. So that's 10-to-1. Here's 20-to-1. So 20-to-1 is a higher ratio, and this is the lighter, the fluffier snow. So you only need, if you have 10 inches of snow, that equals a ½ inch of rain.
That makes sense.
But does it make sense? Okay.
I think so. It's lighter, so you don't need as much of it, but it still creates a lot of snow.
Yes, and then 20 inches of snow equals 1 inch of rain. So hopefully that was not a terrible way of explaining it.
It makes sense.
Okay.
It makes sense.
If you guys have any questions, feel free. I could try to clarify more. But yeah, so the lower ratios are the heavier and the wetter snows. They're good for making the snowman, as you said, the snowball fights and igloo. And then the lighter, fluffier snows are obviously lighter. Usually if you try to make a snowball or something, it will just fall apart. But the heavier, the wetter snow also causes a lot more damage because it's heavier. Right. Power outages, power lines go down.
I was about to say, you see that a lot on power outages and like tree branches sometimes. I feel like it gets so heavy they fall on cars and streets and all that stuff.
Yeah, so now you guys know a little bit about snow ratios. It depends on where you are in the country too. Like certain parts of, and I don't know every area's snow ratio off the top of my head. But it depends on the criteria too. But certain parts of the country just they're prone to getting heavier snow or wetter snow, but a lot of different factors play into that.
Okay.
So yeah, it makes forecasting snow a little bit challenging at times. And I know we're only 9 days away from Christmas now. One of the big questions is, will it be a white Christmas? And actually today I went on Wicker and Wild, 98.1, and they have a bet going on, Rebecca and Jeff, $1. Jeff thinks it will be a white Christmas and Rebecca thinks it won't. So I tried to help them out there. I don't think it's going to be. I hate to be a pessimist.
I mean, okay, so is there a way to like zoom in on Richmond right there?
I'm going to zoom in there, but most of the country doesn't usually see a white Christmas.
And it looks like the places that do, like,
the brighter
I don't know
colors.
the trends, but you would think that they would. Like, there's Denver, everyone up north, like, they're usually cold this time of year.
Yeah, I know it might be a little bit hard to read here, but the gray is 11 to 25% chance. I mean, the pink is the highest chance, 91 to 100%. So obviously the far northern areas. Yeah. But for our area, our probability of a white Christmas is 0 to 10%. But the further out, closer to the mountains you get, the higher that chance gets.
So like our friends in Roanoke, have maybe a chance for like a dusting or something.
Yeah. And also, I mean, we're 9 days out. So this is like kind of how. I just don't like to look at weather forecasting models like over 6 days out. I just don't. I know Maddie D might say another number.
Okay.
JB might say another number, Tyler. But I just think they become very all over the place. The timing intensity really changes a lot when you get further out, obviously. But
there's a lot of time.
Yeah, there's a lot of time. And it was kind of hard today with Jeff and Rebecca because I'm like, there's not a 0 chance. Because I will say, and I don't want anyone to freak out, and also I know there's some things like circulating on the media. I know one of my coworkers today came in saying, on TikTok I saw it was going to be a white Christmas. Make sure you listen to your meteorologist, not anyone on TikTok.
We love TikTok, but our meteorologists work very hard.
Yes, we do. But I will say, with all that aside, there is a system moving in. Christmas is next week. So there is a system moving in that will bring us some sort of precipitation. And it is looking like the timing will be around Christmas. Again, 9 days out. Yeah. Things can change. I don't think we'll be cold enough. But things can change. It's only December 16th, and we know
there's 9 days. This is a hot take, maybe, or maybe you may agree with me. On Christmas, if we're gonna get weather like that, like I kind of almost wish it would snow rather than the rain. Yeah. One, because of, I know snow isn't the best to drive in too, but I don't know. Santa's gonna be fighting for his life out there, and what other elements he's gonna be facing anyway. So. But I get it. Some people want it, some people don't.
Yeah, and hopefully many people are actually in their place. They're spending Christmas.
Exactly. So hopefully, you can spend it at home with your family, your loved ones, whoever that is, and you can watch it from the comfort of your house. But I know that's not everyone's reality. Yeah.
My best friend's actually coming to visit on She's driving down from New York on Christmas.
That's her fun.
Fiance. So we used to spend. She used to live across the street from me growing up. We used to spend every single Christmas together because she's Muslim, so her family doesn't celebrate Christmas. Yeah. And we always had presents for her, so I'm super excited about that.
Oh, Jackie, that's so special.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You guys are going to have the best time.
We are, but hopefully she doesn't have to drive through terrible conditions.
Is she coming down on Christmas Eve?
Christmas morning.
Oh.
Yeah. So, thinking about you, Brajou.
You know what? She's from New York, too, though.
Yeah,
so she's used to it.
Yeah. She'll just make her fiance
Brigitte, you'll be fine, girl.
But speaking of, we usually don't get white Christmases often in Richmond. And I'm from the north, so I'm from New York, and I'm just used to it more. I was kind of surprised by this. And white Christmas, by the way, means snow on the ground at 7 a.m. So it doesn't have to actually be snowing on Christmas morning. You could have had snow fall Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve night. You just need some sort of snow on the ground at 7 a.m. So here's 5 Christmases. We had a white Christmas from 7 inches in 1908, long time ago.
That's a lot of snow.
Yeah, that is a lot of snow. 1914. Even 2009, that's in recent history, 2 inches of snow. So, it is possible, but just to show you the top 10, obviously I wanted to start with the top 5 because you could see the last 4 dates there from 2023 through 2020 is all 0. That's why it's not that common. And also, it looks like, so Janet asked, how is Frosty coming for Christmas without snow? We'll still let him come.
Frosty's magical. He's magic in his hat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. He could do whatever he wants. Maybe he'll bring the snow. What?
Yeah, he could. He'll find his way.
Yeah, he'll find his way. Don't worry, Janet. Frosty will still be here for Christmas. But yeah, obviously it's not that common in Richmond. Not many years we've had a lot of white Christmases. Only 6 on record in Richmond. And then Christmas snowfall is different because you don't need snow on the ground by 7 a.m. So this is just any snow coming down at some point on Christmas.
What is the temp there with 5 point?
So that's a good question. Maybe I'll do that next week. So I don't know it off the top of my head, but I also have boards made top 10 coldest Christmases, top 10 warmest. Obviously, it just has to be below 32 degrees to get snow. So can't tell you what exactly.
Does that stand for temperature though?
Oh no, 5.4 inches.
Oh. I'm thinking it's like the temperature outside.
Oh, no. Okay, so 5 point.
Sorry.
Good. No, that's good. I should clarify that. So the most snow we ever got on Christmas in Richmond was 1914, 5.4 inches. 4.3 inches, 1962. 2010 actually comes in number 3 there, a little over 2.5 inches. Yeah. And then number 10, we don't even make it on the top. We don't even have 10 snowy Christmases in Richmond because number 10 is just trace amounts, 1985.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was my next question. So.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. So not that common. don't get your hopes up, but as I mentioned, it is looking like a system will move in next week at some point, and it is looking like, I mean, we're obviously, it's going to be winter on Saturday.
Yeah.
So temperatures could be cold enough, but right now it's not looking likely, but it is a possibility. So don't want you to get your hopes down, discouraged by any means, especially if Jeff Wicker from the Wicker and Wild Show is watching.
I know.
He could still win that $1.
Jeff, you have a lot to lose, so I hope you're, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, $1. But this is basically the precip outlook through, including the week of Christmas. So December 24th through December 30th, that's beyond our 8-day, which I'll show you also coming up. But I know you're not seeing really anything on here. That means we're going to be pretty much near seasonable with the precip. Okay. Trending drier towards the northeast, but for our area, we're not trending wetter, we're not trending drier for the week of Christmas. And then this is the temperature outlook, including the week of Christmas, and you can see those deep reds and oranges. That means we are going to trend above average with temperatures. That's above average to what we should see this time of year. So not like 80s.
What's just technically like, what, 50s? Like low 50s,
yeah.
Right? It's like seasonable?
Mm-hmm. So our average right now, our average high is 51 degrees. And our average, I actually have it on here, average low is 32 degrees.
That's good. So my mother-in-law is from Florida, and so I feel like she's from Richmond, but every time she comes back, I feel like she's like, oh my gosh, it's so cold. I'm like, yeah, you're so spoiled down there.
I know.
She's always warm down there. So at least it'll be a little bit on the warmer side if folks are traveling and they're not used to the colder weather.
But hopefully snow. I'm hoping for it.
You're playing with our hearts because it's like,
I know.
It's warmer, but there could be snow. But I think at the end of the day, you're just saying that it's still too early. Like you probably will have clearer answers towards the end of the week, right?
Yeah, and also once we get really in the week range, also like these above average temperatures, that doesn't include, like you could still have overnight lows below freezing. So you could have the snow happen with those temperatures still below freezing overnight. So trending on the warmer side, trending on the drier side, but still anything's possible. That's why I love the weather. Love it so much. But
love it so much.
I went to school, took all those hard math classes for it.
And I did not. Again, I'm not a meteorologist.
Not a meteorologist. But yeah, kind of going backwards because we started with the 8 to 14 day outlooks. This is the 8-day outlook, so day 1 through day 8. And we're trending mild the next few days. We had morning showers around this morning, still a few lingering out there. If we were cold enough, it would be snow, but it's not snow. And temperatures today will be around the mid-50s, near 70 tomorrow. I mean, that's going to feel like spring. Too bad your mother-in-law's not coming in tomorrow.
I know. I'm like a week late.
Yeah, and then more scattered showers moving in on Wednesday, still staying mild, and then back to seasonable Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday's the first day of winter, the winter solstice at 4:21. Shortest day in the northern hemisphere and longest night. Obviously, the days just get longer and longer after the winter solstice, but it's going to feel like winter. It's with below average temperatures for the weekend. So hopefully you got those crock pots out. Maybe get the holiday shopping if you're going, especially outdoor shopping.
And a lot of the outdoor malls that we love, I grew up next to one, but if you do go, maybe just be prepared or, grab a hot coffee or hot chocolate or whatever just to keep warm if you walk around.
Yeah, or your heated jacket.
If you're Jacqueline Waters, your heated jacket, yes.
I'm always advocating for this heated jacket.
I did actually look up one before RV Illuminates when you guys were saying this, which it was very cold. I just would not have gotten here in time, but there's always next year, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could just get it now for.
That's true. You could just be prepared. Just be prepared.
But yeah, it's definitely going to feel chilly. Sunday we'll struggle to get out of the 30s, and after Wednesday we really don't have a good chance of rain until the week of Christmas, which is next week. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Any final questions? Any words? I don't think there's any other questions on our Facebook page.
I think I'm good. I learned about snow ratios today.
Good. I learned about, what was the trending story today? The Winter Wonderland song.
Parson Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you, hopefully you were watching us on Good Morning Richmond, but if you're not, that song Winter Wonderland, when they're talking about in the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. So apparently Parson Brown, or parson, means like clergyman or pastor. So the people singing the song are saying, oh, well, basically what it's saying is like a romance. So it's the two people with the intent of marrying, saying, oh, we can pretend the snowman is a pastor and can marry us. So we learned that it's less about Christmas and more about wanting to marry someone, I guess, during the wintertime.
Yeah.
Which is cute. Who knew?
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, I learned that today. That's a good trivia fact. Maybe
Yep.
Next time you go to trivia, you'll get the snow ratio answer right. And if you do, remember me and invite me to trivia because I need a trivia team.
You're good at trivia, though.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not? Don't
no.
you go to it kind of regularly, though?
I do, and I'm so bad. So this is a disclaimer. If you want me on your trivia team, I'm only good at weather. Like
I'm really selling it.
I can't lie. I mean, I'll have fun.
My parents, when they live in Virginia Beach now, but when they were here, they would go to trivia every Wednesday. I think you go to the same place as them sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I forget that place. Yeah, the Irish pub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hope you guys learned something new. Hopefully I didn't confuse you. That's not my goal ever. Sometimes I feel like I go about it not in a great way.
No, you got to get the thoughts out. It was good, Jackie.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I guess that's it. Thanks for joining for another episode of Weather University. Thank you, Delaney. Are you here next week?
Yeah.
Monday?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Maddie D's also off next Monday, so
I will be here.
we'll be back. Who knows what we'll talk? Oh, the coldest and warmest, not Halloween's, Christmas is on record in Richmond.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Halloween. We're in
All
December,
right.
Jacqueline.
Mark it off our calendar.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a great day.
Bye.